Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming at me. My name is Keith Bailey. Tuning in for NFL. Let me re-angle myself. NFL Week 5 picks. I know this video is late. I've been very busy this week, and it doesn't stop for me now because I'm wearing white. I'm getting ready to go to a wedding here in an hour. So but football is life. So I'm gonna squeeze this in here. Um, I picked the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. I didn't give the Buccaneers a chance. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, which this should concern New England Patriots fans, because in all retrospect, Tampa should have won this game. Nick Folk missed 3 field goals, and they had a chance to win it at the end still. So Tampa did a lot of shooting themselves in the foot, but they still almost ended up getting the win. So Patriots fans, where are you at on my channel? Feel free to comment and go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. I know I've a slow growing channel. It's unfortunate that I'm not more well known on YouTube, considering how accurate I've been so far. Um, I have a 43 and 21 record so far this season and doing picks. I've gotten 2/3 of all these games right, and I'm gonna brag a little bit about it, especially my Tennessee Titans, because what did I say last week? I said the Houston Texans will beat the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, and going into that game, I was like, I said we would lose close. Honestly, going into the game, I was like, you know what, we could lose close. I wouldn't be surprised if we were blown out. When it was halftime, I wasn't even mad. I really wasn't. My finger is on the neck of this team so well. I know the pulse of this team that they're so predictable in my eyes because I pay attention to them so much. Um, so with that, we're gonna get to our picks. Our first game is 49ers at Colts. Um, I am gonna be a little risky with some of my picks this week. I'm gonna try shooting for 16 or what 14 and 0 this week. I know it's almost unlikely, but hey, you're gonna have to take risks at some point. I'm gonna go with the 49ers on the road in Indianapolis. I know Jacoby Brissett has been looking very, very good, but lest we forget the 49ers aren't exactly getting their doors blown off like last year, okay? I mean, they lost in overtime to the Cardinals. They barely lost to the Rams. They barely lost to the Seahawks. That accounts for 3 of their 4 losses. Their only blowout was against Carolina, 23-3. Other than that, their other losses were by a combined 8 points, all 3 of them. So don't discount this 0-4 49ers team, um, because they're better than their record indicates. I firmly think. And I think this offense is going to start rolling, and they're getting the Colts now. Jacoby Brissett played well, has shown flashes, but the Colts aren't there yet. Um, 49ers go on the road and they take this game 24-20 over the Colts. Next up, we have the Jets at the Browns. This game has upset alert written all over it. Don't touch this game in any survival pool. Don't touch this game. Don't even bet on this game. The Jets, I believe, are going to win. We're going to say 26-20. Um, Cleveland, I know it's going to be really easy to hop on this New York Jets team, considering they've won 2 games and the Browns just got their heads ripped off by the Bengals. But just this has been a weird season. Teams get blown out and then they turn around and they win the next week. Don't touch this game. Uh, so keep an eye out for that. The Jets, I do have winning, but I would not be surprised in the slightest if Cleveland gets their first victory on Sunday and the Jets fall to 2-3. Next up, we have the Jaguars at the Steelers. This is why we can't trust Jacksonville. You just see no one knows who they are. No one knows what they're capable of. They're wishy-washy. They're traveling into Heinz Field to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm not going to give them much of a shot in this game. This is where Jacksonville is going to come back down to earth, more so than they did last week. We're going to say Pittsburgh ends up getting the win here, 34-21 over Jacksonville. Jaguars dropped to 2-3 on the season after a 2-1 start, in all his normality in the AFC South. Pittsburgh, 4-1, good start. Very good start for them, considering there's them being as good as they have been over the last couple years, only to finish 10-6 and are 11-5. 4-1 is a phenomenal start for Pittsburgh, even though they lost to a Chicago team they really should have beaten. Next up, we have the Chargers at the Giants. Both of these 0-4 teams have lost close, heartbreaking games over the first 4 weeks of the NFL. I'm going to go with a home team here. I'm going with the Giants. The Chargers are traveling all the way across the country to play this team, and the Chargers haven't gotten their run game going yet. And I think that the Giants are going to cause the Chargers to be one-dimensional. I think the Giants are going to win this game. It's going to be close, of course, because, I mean, they're the Chargers. Giants win 28-26 over Los Angeles. And next up, we have the Bills at the Bengals. I don't exactly understand why the Bengals are theoretically favored in this game. Have you seen the Bills over the last 2 weeks? I'm going to hop on the train a little bit with this team. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills. I know they're traveling in Cincinnati, a team that's played very tough over the last 2 weeks. Seem to have found their footing, but that Bills defense is good. And this is a team that has a much better offense than the Browns, which is who the Bengals were able to contain last week. DeShone Kizer has so many red zone turnovers and his receivers keep dropping passes. The Bills don't have an offense like that. Buffalo gets down there, they're going to score. Tyrod's not going to make many mistakes with the football. So I think the Bills win this game 21-10 over Cincy. It'll be close. Next up, we have the Panthers at the Lions. Listen, I have a couple of Detroit Lions fans that have been commenting on my channel recently, questioning why I have moved Detroit down 2 spots even though they won. My response to that is I had to drop the Patriots, but the border ends with Detroit and the Patriots. Detroit's the best team out of the all the other teams in the league, not named the Patriots, are ahead. I don't know. It's weird to explain. But the New England Patriots I have at number 8. I could not drop the Patriots more because I didn't feel like they warranted a drop with that coaching staff and Tom Brady, which means I couldn't leapfrog Detroit over them because, I mean, I really like Detroit. But I gotta see more. I mean, Matthew Stafford doesn't have he's 5-46 against teams that end the season with winning records. I'm not gonna put a team like that ahead of the New England Patriots. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. I don't care if you win. And then I'm not gonna put them behind the Panthers, who just beat New England, and I'm not gonna have Detroit up there with the likes of the Green Bay Packers yet, because they're the bully in the NFC North. They're the team they need to overcome. This is a big game for Detroit. Detroit wins this game against Carolina. Watch out, because I'd be moving them up unless every team ahead of Detroit wins, in which case I can only move them up 1 or 2 spots. Detroit needs teams in front of them to fall thoroughly before I move this team up, because I just need to see it. I've been seeing it for the last 4 weeks, which is good, but we thought that Giants win was impressive. They're 0-4. We thought that Falcons win was impressive. They're 3-1, but they could easily be 1-3 right now. We thought the Vikings win. I mean, they beat the Vikings by 7 on the count of many turnovers, and the Vikings were playing with their backup quarterback and without their starting running back for half the game. Show me more, Detroit. That's literally all I'm asking. You're a top 10 team in my eyes. I moved you down. So what? You're still a top 10 team. This is more than you could have said way back in 2008. So deal with it. Next up, we have the Titans. Okay, so by the way, I think the Lions take this game over the Panthers. I think they win 26-21 over Carolina. Titans at Dolphins. If Marcus Mariota plays this game, Tennessee wins. 3-2. I believe Tennessee would win that game 28-17 if Mariota is in. If Mariota is not in, oh god, this is where it gets concerning. Such a winnable game against a team that's so tired from traveling everywhere. If Matt Castle plays this game, I'm going to go with Matt Castle wins. I got to go with Miami if Matt Castle plays 20-17. I just don't have faith in him. I know he had a week of practice with receivers, but I can't pick a Titans team led by Matt Castle, even though they're a running football team. I just can't. Marcus is too much a part of that offense for this team to be considered a threat without him. So that's how I'm swinging with this game. Next up, we have the Cardinals at the Eagles. I'm picking the upset. I'm going Arizona here over the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles riding high, but Larry Fitzgerald has shredded this team, and I believe the Arizona Cardinals have only lost one matchup against the Eagles over the last 7 meetings since the 2008 NFC Championship game. 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. The Cardinals have won them all except for 2013. This is going to be a close game, a closer game than people think it's going to be, and I think Arizona pulls off the upset. 24-17 over Philly. A couple games left. We got the Ravens over the Raiders. I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens here. Listen, I know the Raiders are favored. I don't understand why. I know they have a very good supporting cast, but this is E.J. Manuel going up against the Ravens defense. And if the Ravens defense can find their footing after getting crushed, then this might not be a pretty game for E.J. Manuel, who I watch play all the time when he was a Bill because I live in upstate New York. So I've seen E.J. Manuel play. He's really not that good. He's no Derek Carr by any stretch of the imagination. So that's going to hinder this offense a lot. And I think Baltimore goes into the black hole, and they give the Raiders their 3rd loss. So that's what I have there. Next up, we have the Seahawks at the Rams. Love what the Rams are doing. I'm going to pick the Seahawks in this game, though. I'm going to pick the Seahawks to win 28-25 over the Rams. It'll be a close one. It's always a close one with these two teams. The Rams offense, they're for real. But they have yet to face a defense like Seattle. The Rams have played the Niners defense. The Rams have played the Cowboys defense. Who else have the Rams played this year? I mean, unless there's a glaring... they played the Redskins defense. They played the Colts defense. This is by far the best defense the Rams offense has faced, and I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to show up to play, and I think the Seahawks take this game. Next up, we have the Packers at the Cowboys. Oh god. Who did I initially pick in this game? I'm gonna go Dallas here. Listen, this is not the same Cowboys team they were a year ago. It makes sense for both of these teams to be 3-2 after 5 games. So the Packers drop one to fall back to 3-2. Dallas wins. I don't see Dallas dropping to 2-3. So I'm gonna go Dallas here. They're at home. They've had success against Green Bay, and I think it's gonna be a very good game. We're talking 31-28 type of game. So I think Dallas wins. 2 games left. We have the Chiefs at the Texans. I think Kansas City continues to ride their undefeated streak. Listen, Houston, you have played the Patriots pass defense and the Titans pass defense in the last 2 games. Those aren't anything to write home about, okay? Now you're getting Kansas City. And I know this is a home game for you guys, but I think Kansas City knocks you back down a little bit. I think the Chiefs win this game 27-17 over Houston. I think Houston's a very good team, and they sure walloped my Titans, even though I totally saw that coming. I mean, let's be real here. And then, last but not least, we have Vikings at Bears. I'm picking Chicago, and I am very confident in my Chicago pick. They're 4-6 in their last 10 home games. They're like 0 in their last 12 away games. This team's a much better home team. You've heard me say this many times in my videos. I was almost close to picking them against Pittsburgh. The Bears play so much better at home, and now they get a Vikings team that's down their starting running back and their starting quarterback. Possibly. Either way, whether Sam Bradford plays or he doesn't, I'm sticking with the Bears at home. Mitch Trubisky, Monday Night Football, solid debut for him. We're gonna go 23-20 in overtime. I gotta get ready to get going here to the wedding. Thanks for watching. I know it's a shorter video than usual. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys all next time.